Good morning. Welcome to EF. Today I'm joined by Maddie. Woo!
Woo!
Maddie, how's it going? What's
I'm
up?
good. I'm really good today. I actually woke up 6:30, fresh as a daisy, and was like, "Let's go."
Yeah, let's conquer the day.
I've got a half day today,
Yeah.
so I'm leaving at 12. So maybe that's why I was a bit like, "Woo!"
Woke up with a bit of
Yeah, I'm not gonna stay here the whole day.
yeah. It'd be so lame if you stayed for another maybe like 12 hours in this office.
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
TikTok. No, okay.
So TikTok.
Let's get into this. Food has been taking over fucking TikTok for the longest time ever. Food has been the biggest thing ever
It's
in
a
TikTok.
universal thing.
Food has been the biggest thing ever. Not just on TikTok, just ever.
Food is the
Yeah.
biggest thing ever because it helps us live.
Yes. It's been around for like what, maybe millions of years now, which is crazy. Like the longevity of food has just been like,
The longevity of food.
it just goes to show like a dominant force in the space just cannot be messed with like that.
As if it's not one thing that we rely on. It's our basic right.
Hierarchy of needs. All right. No, but obviously like the word or the term food talk has been a crazy popular term. I think most recently, most notably has been like the cucumber salad.
Oh, yeah.
Do you like that?
No.
No.
Hate cucumbers.
Same.
I was gutted. I was honestly gutted because, yes, I know cucumber's healthy.
Yeah.
But I just fucking hate it. Like, give
It's-
me something healthy that I like.
Yeah. Do you like capsicum salad? It's probably way too expensive.
Ew, no.
Yeah?
Even worse.
Really?
I'm terrible. I don't
What
like
veggies
veggies.
do you rock with?
Not a lot.
Same. Lettuce?
My Subway order, lettuce, carrot. I ask for the tomato and I just take tomato out.
sound like a
Because I
rabbit.
just want the essence of tomato in there, not the actual tomato. It's so bad. I know I'm wasteful.
Okay, lettuce is fine. Onions?
No, it depends.
Okay.
Onion rings.
Okay.
Yes.
Not what we're
That's
talking
about it.
Wait, okay. This is make or break. How do you feel about olives?
Okay. You know what? I'm trying to get into them.
Okay.
If there's an olive at a table, I'll at least have one just to like get
Yeah.
my tolerance up with it.
I've been crucified recently for putting sliced black olives on my sandwiches. And like they're so good.
No, you know what? People put them on the pizza. I don't see why not.
Yeah, they're fire.
Maybe not maybe it's because it's just such a salty thing.
Yeah.
You're putting into a sandwich. It's not necessarily like it's cooked.
Yeah.
You'd rather put a salty thing on a
Yeah,
cooked
yeah.
item.
That's
But no, TikTok food, I remember back in the day, that big block of feta
Yes.
with the little cherry tomatoes
Yes.
and making a good penne in it. There was a lot of feta though,
Yeah.
right?
What happened to that?
Yeah, no, people still
Really?
do it. I know people that still do it.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, it's a thing.
I mean, yeah, it's now a thing where like we love to see people do the food. It's not just like, oh, let me try this. Like that's kind of one of the reasons like Nara Smith blew the fuck up. Like
Yeah.
we're just watching her create everything from scratch,
That's crazy.
which is, bro, I can't escape people parodying her videos.
No, I love it.
It's the best thing ever.
It's so funny. But
It's the
then
best thing ever.
every time I see her videos, I'm like, icon.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
She's just an icon.
Yeah.
And her husband, icon.
Yeah.
And so I love it because obviously it's a very she's doing it on purpose. Like
Yeah, for
she's
sure.
got this like satire thing going on
Yeah.
where she's like, Lucky wanted me to make him some marshmallows. No fucking didn't. Like Lucky didn't want to do anything. You're just like getting your bag and I respect that. And that's why people like make in the comments like, oh, did Lucky have 3 days? Did he ask for it 3 days ago? Because shit, this is taking a long time.
I'll let it marinate over 36 hours.
But it's great because she's doing the whole, this is what I'm making.
Yep.
And you're like, surely not.
Yep.
Like, how are you making this from scratch? And obviously she's got some sort of recipe for it, but she doesn't show that.
No.
It's just kind of like, it looks like it's just coming out of her head and she just knows. She's
Yeah.
just like one of those people that's just like, I know every single thing in the
perfect
world.
human, just
yeah,
fucking-
perfect human, trad
Yeah.
wife, like 1950s, like
Yeah.
Stratford Wives kind of thing.
Yeah.
And she's doing that, and then it's she's making it, and there's like, how do you make this?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
a lot of people don't know how to make these things from
Yeah.
scratch, and then she makes it. You're like, holy moly!
Yeah.
She literally made it.
Yeah.
And it's gorgeous, and it
It's
looks nice.
Amazing every time. She never fails.
Yeah,
I don't know
she's
how.
pretty good at it. But that's the thing, like food TikTok is probably, I think, isn't it the biggest thing in the world?
Yeah, it is. And I think also like with the rise of like certain dishes or certain like trending foods, it becomes such an easy like thing for other influencers to just like give it a go, just try it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like the cucumber salad has been taken over like crazy. I can't think of any other examples, but you know what I mean. Like,
Well, if you think of like lockdown, 2020,
yeah.
and the frothing of the coffee.
Okay, tell me more.
What? You don't know the frothing?
No.
You don't know the
I'm not
frothing
on
of the
Coffee
coffee?
Talk.
No.
Yeah.
2020. Abdia, how old were you?
4 years ago.
Did you drink?
19.
Did you drink coffee?
I've never drunk coffee.
Oh, fair. Not really. I don't drink coffee either. But I did.
One podcast got next.
I was at uni, and
Yeah.
so a lot of my friends were drinking coffee because they were
Yeah.
studying and whatnot.
Yeah.
They drank coffee. And I was flatting with like 9 other people. So they we had you'd get the coffee, the instant coffee. You put it in water. I think it was water.
Yeah.
Oh my god, am I
Probably
wrong?
milk.
No, I don't think it was. Anyway,
Yeah.
you'd froth up the coffee.
Yeah.
So people would just use a fork at the start, but you know those like little handheld
Yeah, yeah,
frothers?
yeah.
So people were like, guys, you can just use the handheld frother. What are you doing? But anyway, people would like do it, and it would become into this like literally like a big puff of
Foam.
foam,
Yeah.
like coffee foam,
Uh-huh.
and then they'd just put it on top of the milk and have a good old time. And that was like huge. I
But
remember
the
it was
milk
huge.
wouldn't be frothed.
No.
Ah.
Yeah, it was very odd. Anyway,
Okay.
but what I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
is
sorry.
like it's just there's always going to be a trend with food that comes
Yeah.
up because those are the things that are easy.
Yes.
Like people want to do things when it comes to trend. It's a trend because it's easy to do.
Yep.
And it's either healthy or it's like a universal food that everyone loves.
I think also in general, it's like a low stakes thing. Like
Absolutely,
if
yeah.
it's a good thing, then wow, everybody should try this, and then that's people trying to start it. But if it's a bad thing, then like the reaction of the person trying something that they hate is golden.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all like people like. Yeah, it's always like the antithesis of whatever's going on. So like if I were to make a video and it would be like about the cucumber salad, I would just be like hating, damn near like gagging and throwing up at the end. And I think that makes for good content. So it, like, because a lot of foods or like food trends are like super polarizing. You either love them or hate them.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't really like, meh.
I don't like the cucumber salad, but I loved watching them because I just wanted
Yeah.
to see what they put in the cucumber salad. That was the thing. Like it's just, I think when trends pop off, it's those things that you can just find in your cupboard right now, and you can have a go, and it's going to taste into this amazing thing that everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
I think that's what's so special about food trends.
Yeah. And I think, yeah, it's just like brands can play along with this a little bit. I think that like literally just hop on the trends. Like,
Yeah.
do them.
I mean, if you think about like maybe this is I don't know if this is an example of food talk, but if you think of like the lolly salad.
Yep.
Like this is, hey, I'm blah blah, I brought the bowl. Hey, I'm
Yeah.
blah blah, I brought the Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah.
And like putting them in, and so many brands and companies actually like participated in that trend.
Yeah.
Because it was like everyone just wants to see what stuff people bring. You know, the everyday
yeah.
people that just chuck it in. I think it's so cool as well.
The funniest ones were like the retirement home ones.
The what?
The retirement homes?
Yes.
Bro,
Oh my gosh, I loved them.
they're like kind of sad, but like it's funny.
No, it's great. And
Yeah.
then schools got involved. I think that was a
Yeah.
cool one. That was a really cool
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
food, candy kind
And
of.
it's really funny seeing like how different countries like they have like their own different snacks and like the way of talking.
Yeah.
Breaking news: countries have different stuff.
What?
Oh.
But that's what's so fun is you can
Yeah,
see other people
yeah.
like.
No, it's really cool, and then you can see like how. Like I mean, it's super brief, but you can see like the dynamic of like people. Like you can see like who the super confident kid is, and who like the super shy kid.
I
that
was just
wants
about to say it. Like
Yeah.
plays like it really hones in on the people at subject because you know they're talking
Yeah.
about themselves. But most of the comments were not necessarily about the food.
Yeah.
It was about the people that were actually presenting the food. So you've
Yeah.
got that advantage of when you're doing a food kind of trend. That if you want your talent or your subjects or your whoever's in the content to
Yeah.
have a reaction or get a reaction,
Yeah.
you've got that. Like
Yeah.
people in the comments are going to notice the people that you're putting on camera. Yeah, it's like, oh, that girl looks so sad, or like, what happened to Maddie? She
Yeah.
looks depressed as fuck. You know, like just you know,
Is Maddie okay?
Is Maddie okay? Yeah. Why did she bring like Raisin Bran as candy? Like no. But that's the thing. It's fun,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, no,
You've
it's
got
really
that.
good.
You've got that opportunity for
Yeah.
one food to bring in talent and hone in on that.
Yeah. Can I ask, what's like a weird food combo that you think everybody should try? What's like something that you're advocating for?
Oh, okay. I love charcuterie boards.
Okay.
Actually, no. No, wait, hold on. I'm going to do two things. Crumpets, right? You know
Uh-huh.
crumpets. Golden circle crumpets. I put Vegemite and Marmite on them. And for some reason, people just have an uproar about it. And I'm like, it's literally
Same thing.
a savory
Yeah.
like thing. And everyone's like, no, you put jam or things. I was like, no. I was like, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
I was like, it's literally Vegemite on a
Yeah.
crumpet. That or charcuterie board. If you go to a charcuterie board and just grab a whole bunch of shit, you can just put it in your mouth. I'll have chocolate and cheese together.
Oh, fair. Okay.
Like, one bite.
Trail mix.
Yeah. No, yeah, see, trail mix, yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good example. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you go to a charcuterie board, I'm gonna have salami. I might have some salmon on it. I might have some chocolate on top of that.
Yeah.
And then a bit of cheese
Fair.
in
I
my
hear
mouth.
it. I hear it.
Like, just go for it.
I hear it. For me.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Abdel, what about you?
Oh, thank you. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. Like,
I like a lot of weird foods. Well, not weird.
man, I'm so safe with my food. I'm like such a baby. Like, I'm so picky with my food.
No,
I
I
would. I mean, bulldog, ramen noodles, and hot sauce. But like, that's not crazy.
Oh, I don't know. I think
That's not crazy.
it's not for me. But yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Like, you can probably stir it in and make
Yeah,
it part of the sauce.
Yeah.
Or the
Seasoning, if you will.
yeah, season. Exactly.
If you-
It's like that little chili oil
Yeah.
with a little bit of sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it makes my asshole burn at the end, but it's worth it. Speaking of other foods,
I was just about to say, look at this transition. Look at him go.
speaking of foods that are burning pretty much with their reputation, sales, everything, Starbucks is in the mix. Starbucks is declining and has been so for like the last 2 years now, I think. Obviously, there's a big elephant in the room. Boycotts, yes, I acknowledge that.
I have a cup, okay,
Yeah,
but like I bought it years ago.
yeah.
I just wanted to tell Abdel.
Her at is Maddie Racketing, send her hate.
No, I have my little Starbucks cup there,
yeah,
but
no, it's fine, it's fine.
every time I'm like on a filming, I'm like,
Turn around.
I bought it 4 years ago,
Yeah.
okay, and I'm not about to like throw it to the earth.
Yeah, I think quickly I'll just go over the boycott. So the boycott is obviously because what's happening in the world. If you don't know, then you probably should. I think it's another thing that the company Starbucks themselves, they never acknowledged like why their sales are plummeting, and the boycotting was a big reason for that. And I think them not addressing that ever and putting it on other different factors that have been the same for years. It's just this one thing
Yeah,
changed.
it's like guys,
Yeah.
come on,
I know what it is.
be for real. Yeah.
So there's that. But I think in general, like Starbucks or like these like super popular American brand names are kind of like they're not what they used to be.
Yeah, I agree.
Like especially in New Zealand.
No, well, yeah, well, I was gonna talk about America for a
Yeah,
moment.
go.
When I went over to America when I was about 13, I
Yeah.
think. Like that was peak, like teen middle school kind of thing. You know, all the middle school girls were getting like all these things. and-
Lattes. Yeah.
I went around the time where it was Halloween, so pumpkin
Yeah, yeah.
spice lattes. And honestly, my host family, same thing, like all over Starbucks. Go on the drive-through, went for games, football games, anything like that. So it was just one of those things. And even like for some reason, I'm thinking of like Tumblr.
Yeah.
Like Tumblr was such a huge thing
It
for
was.
Starbucks as well because it was literally like every girl was getting a Starbucks.
Yeah.
And that was part of the aesthetic.
Yeah.
You know, Starbucks had those things where you could like get different cups, and they still do. Like I still love some of the cups. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, they're so cute. Like, you know. But they've got that kind of following with especially women, I would say. But yeah, now here in New Zealand, it's kind of not declining, but it is declining. Like
Yeah.
we don't have a lot of them.
Yeah.
We don't have a drive-through. Oh, we have one drive-through in Auckland and
Yes.
Westgate actually.
Yeah.
But like
That is the most depressing looking thing ever. It's like it's like Starbucks, Taco Bell,
Cars Jr.
Carl's Jr. and there's some other
something
thing.
else. And then you have to go through the drive-through through a building.
And they all look the same.
It's
They
really
look,
weird.
yeah, it's creepy. It's
Really
dystopian.
weird. Not that's beside the point.
Yes.
But like, so we're just judging architecture. No, but yeah, no. Starbucks is. I mean, obviously, with the decline of the boycotting and everything like that,
Yep.
I still think it was going downhill before then.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's just not popular here in New Zealand either.
No, I mean it's in general like I think it's only really popular in certain parts of America. I think globally it's not that crazy popular. Like especially over the last like 4 or 5 years, like a lot of people are trying to go for like their local coffee shop now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's such a big thing now. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say really
Yeah.
quickly. I agree. Like, people are going to their locals, one, to, support the community,
Yeah.
Get our economy up and helping small businesses. But also, for New Zealand, we make pretty good coffee.
Yeah.
And if you're going to Starbucks, they've got a way of doing things.
Yeah.
And it's always just going to stay the same. They're never going to have some random barista come in and, spice it up a little bit. They always have the same kind of...
It's like a machine that's never going to change.
But when you're going to an actual, like, cafe, people have that... One, you build a relationship with the baristas.
Yes.
Like, we talk about that a lot with, like, client intimacy.
Yep.
A lot of people get their customers in because they have their everyday barista that's coming in and making their coffee.
Yeah.
And then also it's just that element of, like, they can make your coffee however you want, and like, you get to choose where you want to get it from.
Yeah, I think there's two things also I want to add. One is, I mean, with the inevitable lockdown of the pandemic, I think it kind of decreased the amount of places that we go to in general just to hang out. So like it's turned into like a glamorized like drive-through spot, which is crazy to think about.
No, I was actually thinking about this the other day.
Yeah.
I do not want I used to love ordering food, drive there, pick it up, go home and eat it. But I don't.
Yeah.
I literally will order online, or I'll just go through drive-through.
Yeah.
And I hate that because I would because I'm just being fucking lazy. I know that.
Yeah.
But no, you're so right. Like, we don't have those hangout spots anymore. Like, I used
Third spaces.
Third spaces.
Third spaces is what they're called. And yeah, they're really interesting. Like, it's basically, a third space is basically like a place that isn't home or work. So a third place where you can, like, I guess by proximity, like, interact with people and stuff.
Yeah.
Like a library, I guess, or a coffee shop. And like, I think people are more closed up than ever. Like, you can't really go to a coffee shop and like strike up a conversation with a stranger like that.
Yeah.
Generally.
Well, yeah, I've never really done it by myself.
Yeah,
no, actually, that's a lie. I do talk to a lot of people by myself. But that's just me.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I usually just give them a compliment and then we might start talking, but it's not like a big deal.
Yeah.
Or it's like, you're in line. This, you know.
Yeah. What are you getting? Like,
what are you getting?
Yeah.
Or, oh, that looks good. You know.
Yeah.
But no, I know what you mean. I feel like the pandemic really.
It's so sad.
It really halted or hindered a lot of our social abilities, but it changed a lot of how we think about. Because you got to think, for New Zealand at least, when we had lockdown, we were still in a period of restriction from going into places, and it really changed things. Like, even now, I can't believe that we were doing that.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's not even the lockdown part. Lockdown part I was fine with.
Yeah.
It was the maneuvering and all the extra work you had to do when you were going into those public spaces.
Yeah. But I think in general, just on that, like, it's not even just coffee spaces in general. It's just places in general. People don't really hang outside anymore like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's go hang outside.
Yeah, let's do that. Can we go to a park or something? Like, I don't know.
Can we go to a park or something?
Can we touch some grass for once?
There's a park up there.
Yeah. It's really nice.
Yeah, we should go.
I used to go there when I was an intern, poor little intern. I was just like walking around, kicking rocks and shit. That's fun. In a nice way, in a refreshing way. Not like in a sad, lonely way. No.
Kicking rocks and shit. Yeah, because it's
Head
real
down
happy.
And shit. Yeah, but I think, it's just like, I don't know. I don't know what the fix is. Like, how do you stop the behavior of like the grab and go culture? Like, we're such a... Let me get my thing. Let me dash.
The thing is, for me, right?
Yeah.
I do well with people.
Yeah.
Like, if I have someone with me, I'm going to grab them and I'm going to be like, no, we're going to drive there and we're going to get the stuff.
Yeah.
And we're going to sit down and have a good time.
Yeah.
But if I'm by myself, I'm not really going to do that unless I'm walking around and don't have my car. Depends on the thing. But, I know what you mean. Like, it's harder because we're actually just talking about, like, there are these dating things that are going on. It was just for single people.
Dating events.
Dating events where single people go and they just, like, talk the old-fashioned way. It's not necessarily online.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really cool. And you could do something like that. Like, public spaces could do something like that with food, especially getting people into their spaces to be like, hey, we've got this going on. If you like sit down for this amount of time, or sometimes it's even for me as well, like a free Wi-Fi thing. Like I'd love to sit down and just like get my laptop out and have free Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And I think I know there's a space in Auckland for students, but you can pay to also just be there if you want to do some work as well. Which I thought was really cool. You can pay. There's a cafe there as well, but
Yeah.
you're paying to just like be in a space with other people.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's actually, I would pay for something like that to
Yeah.
like just go on the weekend if I wanted to like read my book. You
Yeah.
know, it's not like, I mean, there's libraries and stuff like that,
Yeah, yeah.
obviously, but it's a space where, you know, people can have a coffee. So you feel like you're in that environment of things are happening, but
Yep.
you're still focusing on yourself, but you're still involved with other people.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my only pushback is that people still don't approach or don't want to be approached at spaces like that. Like, even like at the gym, like, I mean, you're meant to like
Yeah.
interact with everybody, but really, I've been going there for like the last 3-4 months, and I have not said hi to a single person there that like.
Or would someone, if someone came up to you and said hi, would you like strike up a conversation with them?
Yeah, but they'd have to like carry it so hard. Like I'd be like the awkward like
Right.
just reply guy
You
kind
need
of thing.
someone, yeah. Well, it's funny, like, let's make sure I check in with time.
Unless she's absolutely gorgeous, hit me up. I'll see you. No.
Anyway, we're going to wrap up. But
Yes.
the one thing I would say is that maybe that can be a challenge that people do.
Yeah.
Is that they strike up a conversation with
Yeah.
someone that they've never met or seen a lot in the space that they go to, like the gym.
Yeah.
And be like, hey,
Yeah.
how you going? Or love that. You know, you just like those little compliments to like
Yeah,
get
yeah.
you going. And
Yeah.
then, you know, even after like those few moments,
Yeah.
then, you know, you can become friends.
Get over that fear of rejection.
Yes.
This is me saying it to me and you and you.
Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Peace.
Bye.